Hello and welcome to the highly likely last video of a subscription box. If you didn't see it in the upgrade video, I cancelled both scrawlrbox and upgrade. So for the time being, this will be the last one. I am going to do a recap on the subscription box art supply model on its own, with comparing scrawlrbox and upgrade soon, but that will be a separate video. For today, let's dive into this scrawlrbox as we did with the last don't know how many ones. Ooh, I like the print, but I do like butterflies and moths and everything, so yeah. And then we have multimedia, mixed media, black and white paper. We have 5 black pages and 5 white ones. I just was a little bit confused because I thought this art isn't on black, so I assume these are metallic watercolors. I already assumed watercolors when I saw Derwent, but I think it's metallic watercolors, which I only used once, and I only used cheap ones, and I wasn't a fan, but they are from Derwent, so I might be more of a fan of these. And in that case, this is a very nice last box. What do we have here? Gold and silver Pitt artist pens. You know, oh, it's India ink. I did have gold and silver pens in a variety, and I still have laying around these two from Spectrum Noir, which were in one of the subscription boxes. And I'm not sure if this is just acrylic or what it is, but I'm still using those. But yeah, having some that are labeled as India ink is quite interesting to me. So yay for these. Shockingly and disappointingly, I don't have water right here, so I am damn lazy, using my bowl and the water of my bottle that I use for ironing. Ironing. Yes, Jill, I hear you. Ironing. So let's try these out, and I want to try them on black and white. Hello. I'm an idiot. I have a fountain pen, or a barrel brush. We have the gold. This is more of a white gold, or yeah, something like that. I would assume this is silver. I already think I prefer them on the black. Then we have a blue. You know what? I just lied. I did use metallic watercolors before. They were from a box as well, and they came in these envelopes, the travel kits. No, I don't have it here. But there you had some metallics as well. Can't even remember what I made with them. But I now do remember I had them. Oh, this is very... It already is quite difficult to pick up pigment here in this blue. And it does show up, okay. Possibly it's just, it feels like it has a slightly different coating, that you have to break that first to get a bit more payout on the black. Looks like something similar with the green here. Oh, these are two very different colors. According on the, or depending on the layer underneath. Interested to see how it looks when it's when that has dried, if it's still this different. Again, this one feels as if it isn't giving off that much pigment because of the surface coating. Not sure if it is a coating or if it is just, yeah, anything, something else, but it's rather thin right now. But I notice it's getting there when you swirl on it a bit longer. But it's a little bit less cooperative than the other ones. So basically the same as with this blue. On the other ones you had the surface forming a kind of paste quite quickly. So basically a paint. Oh. On these it's a little bit less willing to do that, which gives you less of a color payout. Obviously, such a surprise. I know. I point out the obvious, but we are getting there. Because I would prefer to see some of the purple on the black as well. I assume this is supposed to be the version of black they have. Oh, it is. Oh, boy. It doesn't look as black in the pan, but used a lot more. So, let me just quickly... You were quite nice. They are more or less mixable. They obviously don't mix as well on the paper. And funny enough, might have to do with the amount of pigment I picked up. Here the green is more dominant and here the red is more dominant. But it seems to be easier to remove it from the black because of the possible coating. Anyway, let me put a second swipe. To see how layering works for shading purposes. Okie dokie. So I leave this to dry now for a bit, while I will go through the scrawlzine, and then I decide what we will do with these. Most of them do look quite nice, even though the glittery effect does get lost quite a lot. And I want to see how well they are able to be spread out, so you can do a bit of a wash first and then go darker. So that's what I did here. And yeah, when I return I will decide on which paper we will work and what we will do. So until then, after going through the scrawlzine and then not doing anything for a day, I came up with an idea. The prompt for this box is Gilded Wings, which I do kind of like. I now, again, want to do a partner portrait, or basically using the two sides for the same drawing, but mirrored, or yeah, those become one. I'm not sure about the format, if I want to do it like this, so we add them like this, or we add them like this. That's what I want to sketch out. And the simplest idea is a being sitting in the center, a little bit like, yeah, sad, droopy, whatever, however you want to call it. And then this creature having 2 wings. And yeah, that's why I thought about doing it the other way around. Because I want to give it 1 feather wing and 1 leather skin bat wing, to have these 2 contrasting ideas again, because we have the black and the white, and you know what I am talking about. And my goal with this is to first draw the sketch and the bat wing on the black, or the demon wing, and the angel wing on the white, obviously, because why not? And from there we have a rainbow feathered angel wing, possibly mainly rats and everything bat wing. But what I want to do is draw patterns on it in the end with these. And yeah, what I think about, and that's something I'm not sure about yet, is when we have the figure sitting there in the center, the figure will be half on the white, half on the black, obviously. And my brother's hammering something, I'm sorry. I thought about possibly putting, when we have the half-half, outlining one side in black and one side in white, but mostly trying to catch the shadows or the highlights on the either side. You know what I mean? I hope you know what I mean. That's basically what I want to try. I'm not sure if that will work or if it will look good together. You will see what I mean while I'm doing this. So let me take 2 new pages and start. Well, I thought I filmed the whole process of drawing this guy. Obviously I didn't. Or I noticed that I forgot to press play when I wanted to stop the recording. So, yay! But I assume you can imagine how the drawing process went. Let's go on with coloring him. I just noticed I have chosen the worst possible format for Instagram. But who cares? First of all, I'm disappointed in myself that I forgot to record the whole first part of the drawing. Second of all, I do think the idea was a lot nicer than the execution. It's always the same when I do something or try to do something detailed in a fairly small frame. I mess up because, I'm not so good in tiny spaces. Anyway, I still kind of like the idea of this drawing, and it's not the worst I've ever done. At least I think it's not. Anyway, the materials. I do think it's a bit, some of the Derwent paints did break down very nicely. Others needed quite a lot of convincing to do their job. On some you really see the metallic, on others you don't really see it at all, and you still see the paper through them. So for me now it's obvious that it's the metallicness of the watercolors that I don't like, and not the metallic watercolors specifically from one brand. It's all of them, so yay. So yeah, I did use two things that weren't in the box, the liner pens, the jelly roll and the black liner, to achieve what I wanted. Would you have been able to do something with this box with only the colors? Sure, of course, but yeah, I needed the help from two different art supplies. Is it the best box I have in my experience with these boxes? No. Is it the worst one? No either. It's, I would say, one of the middle ground ones. It's nice to have played with it, but I wouldn't have cried out my eyes if I never had this experience. So, and with that, I say goodbye to the subscription box model in its entirety, in its format. For now, I'm not sure if I will return to it. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. We will see what the future will hold. I want to post one last video next month, I guess, where I go over everything I have drawn in my time with these boxes and give you an overview which one I think had the better variety. And funnily enough, for how often I complained about it, I do think that the upgrade did have more interesting things. The scrawlrbox did play it a lot safer most of the time. But we will see when I go through all of the videos I have made and all of the drawings I have made next month. I leave you with best wishes for a good time. Maybe we will see us in another video, maybe we won't. That's up to you, my dear. Have a great time, and until another time. Bye.